Hello everybody, this is Oliver Hines from metalunderground.com, and it's indeed an honour to say we're with David Vincent of Vltimas now, and I am Morbid, and several other projects.
Too many to list, yeah.
Busy boy, yeah.
I have been busy lately, but being busy it's better than the alternative, I think.
Oh,
right?
absolutely, yeah. But it's not like you're putting your time to like no use, because that Vltimas album is amazing. That's one of the best debuts I've heard for a long time.
Thank you for saying so. There's a lot of really good reviews that have come in, like, end of the year.
Yeah.
We got number 2 of the year in our Chuck. We just found out. There's a lot of these kinds of things, a lot of top 10 stuff, a lot of, it's great, because I tell you, we put a lot of work into that record. I mean, we pulled out all the stops, and like everybody worked very, very hard.
Yeah. I mean, sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say that it's very clearly important to you, because you all made a point to work together rather than file share or anything like that. So.
No, and I'm happy about that too. I have done that kind of thing before. I can do that. There's no replacement for the kind of magic that you get sitting in a room with people, and the sharing of ideas on a cerebral plane like that.
Oh, it's very interesting, but it's very like catchy as well in a way, which is kind of strange to say about like a Black and Death album, but
I think it's catchy.
Yeah.
It catches me.
Yeah. Well, it's the best thing that I think anyone in that band has done for a long time. Yeah. So.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah. That's not to disrespect anything.
No. Trust me when I say it's very organic. Like we just banged it out, and oh, that sounds better. Oh yeah, great. We just kept it in the circle. Just kept working it, and we're all very, very pleased with the outcome. It took a long time to get there, but
I was going to say you were sitting on it for a little while, and not sitting on it as in like lazy, but you'd had it recorded.
Well, we had it recorded, and then because we were only worried about the music, then all of a sudden, oh gee, we need artwork, we need an album cover, we need a photo shoot, we need all these things that we didn't think about at all because we were only thinking about the music. So that mistake won't happen again. But we were just so excited just about the sound that everything else just became like out of sight, out of mind until the label. Okay, great. So you have your artwork. Oh, fuck.
Knew I forgot something.
Anyhow.
With you all working together personally, that kind of thing, can you see that delaying the sophomore album, or because you've all got your other projects going on as well? So.
Well, so this really is a priority for all of us.
Good.
We already have had our first writing session for the next record. It's still in its infancy. I mean, I can't say, oh, it's almost done. It's not. It's nowhere near it. But I want to say we're further along on the first writing session of our second record than we were on the first writing session of our first record.
Cool.
Because a lot of it is also, we all pretty much know how each other thinks now, and we can, it's easier to think in unison than at first when you're still exploring those things.
Yeah. And thus far, is it very much in the same vein as the debut? Or?
It sounds like us.
Good.
But I mean, we grow, It's not, I'm not going to say it's a drastic change, but it grows. It's going to be bigger.
Yeah. I mean, with any band, evolution is a natural part of anything, and evolution.
Well, I mean, we didn't pigeonhole ourselves on the first record, so because there's so much diversity, it lends itself to continuing with that as opposed to trying to get one very narrow sound, and none of us like that.
No, and that's arguably what makes Vltimas so good.
Well, that's what we think.
Yeah, I'll pull my nose out of your arse in a minute. But
well, no, I appreciate you saying these things, but trust me, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree. Rooney would agree with you, and Flo would agree with you that we you know, we had a lot of fun making the record. Even with there was some challenges that I had personally at the time, but we got it done. You know, we got it done, and when I listen to it, I don't listen to the record a lot, but we did listen to it when we arrived. We actually rehearsed in Netherlands because our bass player is he lives there, and we were done with rehearsal one day, and he put the CD on, and I hadn't listened to it for months, and I'm listening to it, I'm like, God, it just sounds good.
Yeah.
He goes, fucking yeah, it does. Man, it's just, yeah.
No, honestly, I love it.
Step away from something for a minute and then go back to it, and you're like, God, this is, and I remember every portion of making these songs, and I'm like, God, all right.
When you're listening to an album back like that, does it kind of take away the magic a little bit, knowing what you were doing when you were recording certain songs or certain parts, that kind of thing?
The good thing about it is it's done. So there's maybe, I think there's always something that somebody would go back and say, oh, you know, I might have been able to do this a little bit better, or might have changed this bit up a little bit, but at some point you have to be done.
Yeah.
And it was, I've read another artist say this, you're never really done with a record, you give up. You get it at a point, because you could spend months on minutia, and that's not going to get it done. Yeah. You have to just be disciplined, get in and work every day, do the best you can, and hopefully the result is something that everybody can feel proud of. I think that's where we're at.
Yeah, I'd be very proud if I had anything to do with this album. But like I say, you've been very busy with all kinds of other projects as well. Quite notably, you do the I Am Morbid with Tim Young and a couple of other guys, which is cool to see. You know, it's good to have, rather than it be like Morbid Angel Inc. or something like that. It's nice to just celebrate your history, basically.
Well, that's what it is. And I mean, I spent, over 30 years of my life, on something, and it's very important to me. And apparently it's important to other people too, because the booking agent keeps getting calls. So, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice portfolio of music that has, a fair amount of diversity in it, and it lets me wake up in the morning and be me another day. Yeah. So.
Would you ever do like a Vltimas and I Am Morbid double bill, or is it too much work?
I'd have to have people carrying all kinds of stuff. It's just, I don't know. I think that'd be a little much.
Yeah.
Maybe for a one-off, but not for a tour.
No,
that wouldn't work.
No, but it's great, to celebrate both your past and to have such an exciting future with Vltimas as well. And an exciting future with your Outlaw Country project.
Yeah, well, that's something that I need to, I have a lot of material. I just need to find the time to record it.
Yeah.
And it's a priority, but it's not a priority. It's not, compared to Vltimas, it's not a priority. Okay. But it is. I have these songs and I want to do it. It's just between touring and writing, and I have so much going on, and I still have to build in time to just, relax and spend time with my wife, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And for a lot of foreigners like me, who maybe don't quite understand the correlation, like how why Outlaw Country fits so well with metal, I would say, or isn't too dissimilar.
Well, I would argue that Johnny Cash was death metal, he just didn't know it.
Yeah.
He lived it. Yeah. So did George Jones, so does David Allan Coe, yeah. So does Waylon Jennings. Yeah. It's a certain style. Now, there's a big difference between this Nashville pop music and real heartfelt country. Yeah. Big difference. Yeah. not everybody hears it because that's not what they grew up with. You know, it's kind of more of an American thing.
Yeah.
To a degree, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. I do my version of it.
Cool.
And folks seem to like it. So, yeah.
Good. Like I say, over here we don't really know David Allen Coe or artists like that. It's more like Tammy Wynette and Dolly Parton, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you say, the Nashville
Yeah.
pop. But I mentioned I Am Morbid, and I think that's also the name of your autobiography that's coming out.
Yep. And that comes out the end of, are we in February yet? Or are we still?
Nearly.
It comes out end of February.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. That's another thing I've been working on for many years now.
Yeah.
So
have you had to play like quite a few cards close to your chest with that one, or?
No, trust me, I'm ready for it to come out. It just took a while to get it right, and then it took a while to get the right publisher, and set everything up and get the schedules. I mean, everything takes time.
Yeah.
So, collecting, you know, searching through the archives and family photos and finding old things that, you know,
cool.
that are, you know, personal stuff that some of it I've never seen before, you know, but I somehow found it. So
yeah, very cool. One of the many things you've been involved with that I've been a big fan of is Terrorizer.
Yep.
I believe, were you ever an official member?
No.
No.
I did the first record.
Yeah.
I did the third record.
Yeah.
And that's really Pete's thing.
Yeah.
And he's actually out touring with it.
Yeah.
I saw him recently. He's doing well.
Good.
It's very good to see him playing again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a reason that you weren't on the latest album? Or was it just
Well, it's his, you know, it's his thing. I mean, I did it. It was not really as a band member. I did it as because they didn't have anyone, and it just to help get the record done.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. Well, David, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me today. I really
Thank you, man.
appreciate it, mate.
Hope you're going to stick around for the show, right?
Of course.
Good deal.